the video you've all been waiting for. This is going to be a breakdown of my costs for the breakdown that I had in the ordeal that I just went through. I am choosing not to share the name of the shop yet, just due to something I have in the works. I don't want to say the wrong thing and get myself in trouble. If you follow what I'm saying, I'm trying to be a little covert about this, but I will share all the costs and I'll share my experience. So let's start out with the day I broke down. I broke down on January 26th. I got the truck back February 21st. That is a total of 26 days for an after treatment issue. If you remember, my code was reading SCR derate to 5 miles an hour. Then it read DPF service and DEF service. So those were the three codes that were going. That did not get resolved until Monday night at about 9 o'clock at night. They gave me the truck back at 7 and it still had all the codes. They hooked it back up to the computer and they replaced the 7th injector, which controls the fuel for your after treatment system when you go into regen. At least that's what I was told. The minute they replaced that, truck ran perfect. I have a feeling that was what was wrong with my truck to begin with. They replaced all kinds of things, all the way from turbo gasket kit to an oil housing unit that they broke while they were replacing a thermostat in my oil, because my oil temperature wasn't building. It was actually below 200 degrees for about a week. So yeah, they broke the oil filter housing when they were trying to replace the thermostat. Anyways, let's get into some numbers. So like I said, I was broke down for a total of 26 days. Now, I worked after I dropped the truck off until I got a call on the 11th of February telling me my truck was ready and to come back to Virginia. So just remember those dates. I was told that February 10th to start heading down to Virginia, and my truck would be ready to go by that Friday, the 11th. That didn't happen. But anyways, let's get into some costs. So I spent a total of 11 nights in hotels. I spent 9 consecutive nights in Virginia. I spent one night the day I broke down on the 26th, and then I spent one night in the hotel when I was teaming with the guy that drove me down to Virginia to pick my truck up. My hotel costs $715 for, like I said, a total of 11 nights. My food was $400. Now, I went conservative. I went $40 a day, because some days I spent more than that, other days I spent less than that. Some days I was buying meals for 2 people or 3 people when I had guests come and visit me. So I spent a total of $400 on food. Now, that's a conservative number. The day I broke down, my tow, including tip, I tipped the driver because I felt like my toll bill was really, really cheap. My toll bill, to basically bring me 51 miles away from where I broke down, so he had to drive 51 miles to pick me up. For 102 miles, he charged me $450. I gave a $50 tip, $500. So my toll bill was $500. Now, when I got back, when I was rescued, when I got broke down by DIY Semi, I ended up renting 2 of his trucks from him to keep working before my truck was ready. So I had rental fees of $1,100 for a truck rental. Now, parts that I bought, paid the extreme prices and shipping to get them to the dealership, because what started happening was the dealer, every time the dealership tried to order through their supplier, it was on back order. the dealership wasn't willing to like search the internet. They gave that job to me. So I spent, in total, this is shipping and parts that I purchased, $3,520.18. Parts and shipping that I bought and spent my money on was $3,520.18. Now let's get into my final bill from the shop. Now remember, this is their bill. This does not include the parts that I purchased. My shop expense was $9,242.55. So let's break that down real quick. I had $4,615 in labor expenses. I had the parts that the shop had purchased, $3,666.97. Miscellaneous charges for spraying a little bit of brake fluid on something. They charged me $75. Shop supplies, you know, the rags and the soaps that the shops need, we pay for that. I spent $360.88 in shop supplies. And then I had tax. I had tax of $219.32. So maybe you've written all these numbers down and you know what the total is. But let's give a dramatic pause. Good enough. The grand total for my breakdown on January 26th to get my truck back on February 21st was $14,762.73. I'll say that one more time. $14,762.73. Now, let's talk about that. I prepared for that. And I highly suggest if you are thinking about becoming an owner-operator, or you are an owner-operator and new to the game right now, save your money. Some people will disagree with this. Have a maintenance fund. Have money. Don't ever make yourself cash poor, but have money that you can access immediately for something like this. This was almost a $15,000 bill, right? Have funds of at least $20,000 to $30,000 that you can have access to, whether that's straight cash, whether that is credit, or whether you are able to like reach out to a relative or maybe the carrier you're leased onto. Have access to at least $20,000 or $30,000 that you can get immediately. This could break people. And then you think a loss of revenue. Let's use a conservative number. Let's use, I don't know, $7,000 a week. $7,000 a week is not difficult for me to make. But let's just use that conservative number. So I was down 2 weeks in Virginia after they told me to come and pick up my truck. Matter of fact, they told me twice. Well, let's say 3 times, because even on Monday they told me my truck was ready, and it wasn't. So 3 times they called me and told me my truck was ready, which means 3 times they called me 10 minutes after they said, come and pick your truck up. Oh, your truck's not ready. We found this issue. But let's get back to what I was saying. So if you were to add in lost revenue at $7,000 a week, that's $14,000. Let's just use that number. That would give you a grand total of $28,762.73. That's what you need to survive. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have money set aside to pay yourself. You need to have money set aside for a major breakdown, or at least access, whether that's credit or borrowing from somebody, to a large amount of money very quickly. And I'm sure all you that have been in this game a long time understand that and do your things differently. Like I said, I happen to have a maintenance account, and I'll share this. This final total of $14,762.73 did not wipe out my maintenance account. Now, I have been an owner-operator for 13 and a half, almost 14 months. So I have an excess of $14,762.73 in a maintenance account. Now, I need to start building that back up, because what if a motor goes? I mean, that shop was telling me you're going to spend like $30,000 or $40,000 just on a reman motor. That doesn't include any of the labor. They were telling me that if you need an overhaul done, like an in-frame, they had a truck sit there for 7 months waiting for his kit to show up. So you need to have funds that you can access right away to buy parts that you might be able to find on your own, because the shop's not going to do it for you. So yeah, I wanted to just say, once again, thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the great ideas when I was live that all you were sharing with me. I'm using some of them. Some of them don't pertain to what I was going through at the exact time, but I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you've made it this far, this 11 minutes, subscribe to my channel, give me the thumbs up. If not, keep watching, hate watch me, because it helps me. Anyway, stay safe out there. Hope everybody has a great day. And until next time, you know what it is. Keep on trucking.